it's not really that you have to cook differently. Everybody, everyone who's feeding themselves knows how to cook, but it's just the mindset of what am I going to do if I haven't got potatoes and kumara with my dinner? And
well, you say that when you say people know how to cook. Okay, I did not. I honestly did not. And the reasoning for that, the reason why I never really took cooking and learning how to navigate a kitchen all that seriously was because my entire life, up until, about 2015, 2016, I had believed that there was no such thing as quality of food. That it was purely about energy. It was purely about calories. Didn't matter what you ate. You just had to be eating less of it. So that was sort of my rationale for never really spending much time in the kitchen. I thought, what's the point? If food's all the same and I just need to be eating less of it, what's the point in my spending time learning how to cook things that take a while to put together? It's just a waste of my time. And it was only once I'd sort of been able to unlearn that particular issue, of course, totally wrong, but to come to that realization that, hey, the quality of what we eat matters, regardless of how you might define that quality. And it's a very subjective thing. But once you realize that, hey, quality is a factor, then suddenly there's the incentive to actually learn to cook for the first time. So when I first started low carbing, I had to go out and buy, certain implements for the kitchen that I'd honestly never had in my entire life. One of them was a fry pan. Because when you fry things, you're frying them in fat, and fat is bad. So what's the point in having a fry pan? I never had a fry pan until I bought one once I started low carbing, and I use it now, multiple times a week. I bought a potato masher, not because I was going to be having potatoes, but because I was learning to mash cauliflower as a substitute for potatoes. I bought myself a blender so that I could make avocado smoothies. My kitchen it's not big enough to really fit too much more than those few things. But it was quite the journey of discovery in terms of me being able to make this low carb idea work for me. I did have to really learn, not to become the point of being a gourmet chef or anything. If there's any part about my book that I'm perhaps the most embarrassed by, it's perhaps that chapter where I list my recipes, because I'm not, a gourmet chef at all. It's super simple. It's super basic. This is stuff that someone like me, who's never really known how to cook, but has learned how to do in the space of a couple of years, really basic things like omelets, for example, avocado smoothies, a cut of meat in the oven, or whatever. It doesn't really get much easier than that, short of having to do the dishes afterwards. But, you decide that those things are worth trading off. The time spent in the kitchen is time invested in yourself. It's either that or what am I going to do? Just go back to playing video games like I used to. I find, learning enough to get by, at least in the kitchen, a far better use of my time now.